buddy. And I forgot who it was. It might have been Damien who sent us a bunch of guys from NYWC.
Remember the list of guys?
What?
You remember the list of guys?
I don't. I remember there was one guy.
Dan Barry, I think, was on there.
Dan Barry might have been on there.
Dynasty?
Dan Dynasty? Nah, I don't, well, there was somebody, and they sent us a highlight video, and I was watching it at Kaplan's place, and like this dude was something that we didn't have on a roster. The guy was a good high flyer. He did a lot of the spotty stuff. We didn't have any of that, so I was all about it. I was like, this is.
Yeah, I remember. I was at work when you.
Yeah, I was like, this guy's. I go, this guy's awesome. Like, why don't we want to bring this guy in? And Kaplan shit all over it. And I think he fucking buried the guy to you, and you listening to Kaplan at that time, unfortunately, and didn't bring him in. Because Kaplan, in his exact words were, this guy's going to make our roster look terrible. And I was like, yeah, and that's good. Because if he makes them, people are going to learn from that. They're either going to improve or get fucking left in the dust. By all means, I invite, like, majority of companies that I work for, if you can find a guy who does my shit better than me, I shouldn't fucking be there.
I think that...
And that goes for anybody.
That's a topic. One of the topics with the 10-year DVD that I'm going to have to, documentary that I'm going to have to make was,
That's going to be good.
For you guys all to enjoy at the end, I'm sure. One of the topics was the talk that me and Jay George and somebody else had, but let's just talk to me and Jay George right now. About guys that weren't pulling their weight at the time, and at the time was, I'll name the guys, I don't give a fuck. Rivera, B.A., the Bruiser.
It was definitely a transitional period in the company.
No, actually, the Bruiser was gone at that point. So
yeah, no, he was.
I can't blame the Bruiser on that one.
No, but like, I think Rivera was kind of falling out of it. Because, Rivera was capable of very good matches for quite some time, and just was falling out of it. And I think BA's heart wasn't in it. It really was more like guys whose heart weren't in it anymore. And,
it showed in their work.
Right. And there was also a bunch of guys where I think we were trying to change up the approach to what we were doing, where like you had a lot of, guys who were, good hands, but weren't necessarily guys who were able to like really wow a crowd. They'll give you a solid match, but we were looking to fucking like, all right, let's
just becoming the same thing.
Let's take it up to the next level. And we weren't necessarily.
We took Hawley, maybe Hawley manager at that point. Remember?
Right. I think his heart wasn't in it either. I think that's really what it came down to. When guys, lose the fucking heart for it, it's like, well, I got no real use for you. But again, I bring up, if someone can do me, or somebody can do, I don't know, fucking anyone on a card or whatever, fucking, if someone could be Chris Steeler better than Chris Steeler is, by all means, Chris Steeler should not be on the fucking roster. You know what I mean? Someone could do Jay George better than Jay George, shouldn't be on the roster. That is, how you fucking improve and get better and fucking bump your roster up is, if someone's not pulling their weight, by all means. And I feel like someone trying to stop another person from coming in for that reason just sounds fucking dumb.
There were a few people that did that to us.
Oh, yeah, Kaplan.
I forgot about, what is this fucking guy doing? I forgot about the Kaplan thing.
Yeah, Kaplan didn't want that guy around. But Kaplan was no good. He never took a bump.
But that was also 10 years ago. I mean, forgive me for not remembering.
No, I remember that because it fucking frustrated the shit out of me. And it made me also realize that, this guy didn't care about the fucking company. He cared about getting himself over.
Mm-hmm. I don't remember who he wanted to bring in. Like saying, like, I know he shit on Latin Revolution in the beginning and stuff like that. But
I remember, again, and I've brought this up a billion times, but he shit on Latin Revolution.
But I'm curious
when we were supposed to put them over for the titles, and it's like, oh, you're gonna hear fucking crickets when they pin us, and of course the crowd fucking exploded.
Right? Who did he want to bring in? I know he didn't want to bring in, but who did he ever want to bring in?
I think he was wanting to bring in like fucking somebody shitty from Gleason's, and it's like. Because his scope of people that he knew was even smaller than ours. So, that's really what it was. I don't know, who knows. We're about to finish up this ride here, so we're going to do the final pitch. WarriorsOfWrestling.com. Check out Warriors of Wrestling out. WOW Pro Wrestling on social media. Warriors of Wrestling. WOW TV Live for YouTube. We got matches coming out from this past weekend's Days of Warrior studio tapings. You can find me on all social media, King of Chaos NYC, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Check me out tomorrow at 5 Borough Wrestling. Check me out Saturday, defending the PvP tag titles. Next weekend, Synergy Wrestling in Manville, New Jersey. Debut show. That's going to be killer. Warriors of Wrestling Double Shot, October 7th. First, the early show is the women's show. What is the headline on that one, Joe?
Which show?
The women's show.
A few good matches on that.
Oh, we got plenty of good matches. Taylor Hendricks versus Ali Rex, name one.
The headliner.
Who's Nikki Adams wrestling for that show?
She's wrestling Penelope
Ford.
How
She's
about
going to be
Nyla
awesome.
and Holiday?
Nyla and Holiday is going to be a fucking banger. You got Skylar and Davian, who've been tearing it up all over fucking New England. So that's going to be awesome. And then later on that night, we're going to have a hell of a show headlined by my boys.
It's another show.
Oh, yeah, it's another show. So I said doubleheader. My boys, the AOC, taking on those guys in a double tables match.
Hey, that guy broke my nose on Tuesday.
Who?
Moose.
Oh, well.
My nose is broke.
I'm sorry for that. Nose is big enough as is.
I know.
Joe versus Joey B, the Boss Man, against Chris Steeler in a street fight. That's going to be fucking.
Going to be on the other side of my face.
Yeah. Well, good. Good for your ass. Good for your ass. King of Chaos is going to be in a 5-way scramble for the heavyweight title. Myself, the champion Jason Karloff, Mike Law, Jay George, former champ Abdul Nasir. Plus plenty of other matches. Please check out everything else in Warriors of Wrestling. For the Boss Man and for me, we'll see you next week.
Go scratch your ass.